are you trying to run away from me? Are you being serious right now, Marie? Look at this low-life scum, raised by a single mother. You're really good at just getting away from the scene of the crime, aren't you? You have some experience?
I mean, seriously, you slapped my face on the left and the right, and you didn't stop there. You then proceeded to shove my face into the pot roast we had going. I want to make a point in saying that it was very hot, too. So, yeah, I'm going to run away if you do that to me.
I mean, I had some random poor person coming onto my property, so of course I had to do what I had to do to protect my own. This is all a pretty natural response. Listening to what you had to say was not even an option. Why the hell do I have to waste my valuable time listening to you ramble on about nothing? Besides, you even insulted me by bringing some dirty old doll. I really don't like dolls, they're disgusting. And not to mention that the doll you brought was actually disgusting too.
A bear doll is actually one of my super important buddies. I always take it everywhere I go. I don't think I've ever gone anywhere without it for a long, long time. Come on, isn't it adorable? I know you like it.
Ha! You're so immature, Miss Marie. You need to grow up. I mean, the only thing you can do is play with some dolls. It's not like you have anything else better to do. What are you even capable of? That's right, literally nothing. You know why? 'Cause you're poor, and poor people have no rights at all.
Huh, really, is that true? I really have never heard of that. I didn't know that we didn't have any rights.
Of course, it's common sense, dear. Didn't you learn anything in school?
I didn't learn how to be so classist towards each other. I learned how to be kind and caring to one another. I suppose you learned something different from me, Sherry. Maybe in your super elite school where only elitist people go and you don't teach people how to just be better than everyone else.
I'm not being any kind of elitist or classist, or any other ist that you can come up with, do you understand? I'm just telling you the cold, hard truth. These are all facts. Every poor person who grows up in a single-mother household is just a rotten piece of trash.
I mean, you're not wrong. I guess I can be a little lazy sometimes. So I can't completely deny your allegations towards me, but I really don't think that justifies your behavior, though. You really shouldn't be shoving my face into a steaming hot pot roast. I understand if that makes you upset, but come on. Can I actually be honest with you, Sherry? I think that someone who's willing to be violent towards another person without actual justifications is much more of a rotten piece of shit. But that's just my opinion.
Oh, come on, boo-hoo. You're fine, you didn't even get burned at all. Think of it as a nice little face cleansing. If anything, that pot roast was made only using the finest ingredients. Ingredients that you've never even heard of before, probably. You must have been so excited to be able to taste it up close and personal, right? Mrs. I'm too poor to buy anything.
Yeah, the only reason that I didn't get burned right before you shoved my face into a steaming hot pot roast was because I spat out the water I had in my mouth to cool off the pot roast. It was honestly kind of like something out of a movie. If it wasn't for me doing that, I'm like 99% sure that you would have ended up burning the person you did it to.
Why the hell did you have water in your mouth? Who waits around while having water in their mouth?
I mean, you know what they say about poor people. We have to be prepared to protect ourselves no matter what happens. You never know what's coming next. But I've never seen such a toxic parent up close and personal like this, so my whole body is starting to get a little warm because I'm getting really excited. I can't believe you guys actually exist.
Are you mocking me? I feel like you've been mocking me for these past few messages. I'm not an idiot, and I don't deserve to be mocked by the likes of someone like you. You better fix your attitude, young lady.
What? What are you talking about? I would never do anything to mock such an elegant woman. LOL.
Stop saying LOL, you're not allowed to laugh at me. Whatever. Poor people can't do anything to those of us in the wealthy group of society. You just have to sit there and be poor. I'll take the hit for today. It's not that big of a deal. Do you see how full of grace and love I am? It's because I'm not poor, so I'm able to deal with extra stress. I never have to worry about my next meal.
Yeah, I'm not sure if someone whose heart is so full of grace and love would be shoving someone's face into steaming hot pot roast. Just my 2 cents. That kind of illogical, contradictory behavior is seriously what makes me so attracted to you as a person. You really have earned my respect, Sherry, I gotta say. This kind of terrible shithead of a person is seriously a dying breed. You really don't see this sort of toxicity around anymore. You're like an endangered creature, Sherry. Don't worry, though. I'll be sure to take you in and protect you.
You think that you're getting away with all of this just because I'm letting you talk and say whatever you want.
I mean, you just said that you had so much grace and love, so you're able to take the hit, right? That you were so rich that you didn't have any extra stress. I'm just a poor, uneducated, low-income woman, you know? Just like you've been saying. You really just need to let these things go since you're such an amazing person. There's no way that you'd let someone like me get under your skin, right? You're way too high and mighty for that.
Okay, whatever, I'll let it go. Because like I said, I am just so forgiving and kind, unlike you poor people. So, let's get back to business. What exactly do you intend to do, Marie? I wasn't listening at all.
Huh? Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that, Sherry. I mean, if you mean what am I going to do from now on, I'm going to make sure I live true to myself and my beliefs while keeping an open mind and a positive attitude towards life. Is that what you're talking about?
No, you idiot! I'm talking about your future as a human. I'm talking about what you're planning on doing with Daniel. Jeez. You do understand that you need to at least tell him goodbye one last time before leaving him, right? I'll allow you a little time to say goodbye before you tell him that you're leaving.
Wait, hang on. What are you talking about, Sherry? I'm not going to break up with Daniel. What are you talking about, sweetie? There's no way that another man would ever be as kind as that man. I would be a complete idiot to let him get away. He's going to be mine, and I'm going to be his.
What? Are you telling me that after I put up that big of a fight against you, you're still not going to listen to me and break up with Daniel?
I mean, yeah, you did slap me twice and then proceeded to shove my face into a steaming hot pot roast that I totally cooled off with water like a badass, but you definitely didn't say a single word of objection towards Daniel and I getting married to each other. I would remember.
You should be able to connect the dots, you idiot. Oh my god, how could you have not figured that part out? You must really be some kind of stupid. I'm so sorry that you're that dumb. Daniel must have the patience of a saint around you.
Yes, you are exactly right. I am slow, and I would like to stop this conversation right about now. So yeah, thanks for all your kind words. It's been lovely talking to you. I'm sorry that I'm so slow. I'm actually so slow that I can barely keep up with typing all of these words into my phone.
You just wait right there. You will be breaking off the engagement with my dearest son. Do you understand me? You will not be seeing him in any way, shape, or form after you say goodbye.
Breaking off the... I'm sorry. That sentence was a little too long with a few too many difficult words. Anyway, got a blast.
Hey Marie, how are you? I just wanted to touch base and check up on you and Mom. Are you sure that everything went smoothly?
My mom has been texting me some pretty angry messages, and to me, it doesn't seem like you two have really worked things out at all. If anything, it seems more like you two are really fighting against each other. I mean, to me, it was pretty perfect. I had no issues getting along with her, so yeah, couldn't have gone any better. Besides, you had already warned me that she was kind of a difficult hurdle to jump, so I went in expecting some form of resistance. No biggie.
I knew that you two didn't just start getting along. I'm so sorry about that. I should have gone with you to go see her like I suggested. Can you explain to me what actually happened without cutting out any parts?
Oh, I feel like I'd be wasting so much entertainment value if I just told you exactly what happened. I wouldn't want to do that. Instead, why don't we watch the video that I recorded without her knowing at the house together, huh? Come on, it'll be fun. I gotta say, she almost had me in the second half, not gonna lie. I really thought I was about to slap a bitch, but go me. Daniel, what the hell is wrong with your mother?
What did she do to make you this pissed off?
Oh, nothing too bad. Just enough to make me be a sarcastic ass right back to her. But I was seriously this close to getting into a fist fight with her. Seriously, Daniel, you're worrying too much. Where is your dad anyway? I've heard such great things about Jesse that I was really looking forward to seeing him, but...
Dad is away on business right now, and he won't be coming back to the States until the end of next week. He's always going overseas on business trips, so...
I see. I think I'm starting to get the picture now. The reason that she chose that time and day in particular. And how she said she wanted to talk girl on girl and made you not be there was all because she just wanted to be a colossal to me. It's all coming to me. The dots are connecting.
Yeah, the second that Mom figured out that you were raising a single mother household one day, she seemed to react a little oddly, so yeah. I thought something was off. I figured that she would try to pull something. I just didn't know what she would do. I've got to watch that video now.
I know she's your mom, and I really shouldn't be talking about my fiance's mother like this, but Jesus, she is so screwed up in the head. It's so cliche, I know, mother-in-law issues, but oh my God. You realize she should be going to jail for what she did, right? It's just assault and battery, full stop. She should be in handcuffs.
Wait, what the hell? Assault and battery? What the hell is my mom doing to you? Jesus!
Whatever, my point is, I think I'm going to go to the police to file a report against her, so I'll be back home in a jiffy, okay? Just gotta swing by the house real quick. Have some popcorn ready at our house so we can watch your mom in action. It'll be so much fun.
Dude, this isn't some kind of game. How are you so nonchalant about her assaulting you?
Miss Marie, were you able to break off the engagement with Daniel already? I've been waiting for your message letting me know of your breakup. I would really appreciate it if you just hurried it up about the whole thing, because every second you waste with him is another second that my son could be looking for a better suited partner. Also, it kind of makes me want to throw up, thinking that we are at all in any way, shape, or form related to each other. I would like to keep that kind of relationship with you to a minimum.
I'm sorry, I think I told you before that I don't understand when you use big, difficult words in long sentences. I wish I was just as smart as you. Anyway, more exciting news. I'm going to be filing charges against you. I'm going to the police. Yay!
Wait, what? What are you talking about filing charges, Marie?
Of course, Sherry. Let me explain it to you real quick. I think that what you've done to me was pretty traumatizing and should be punished by the law. I don't think I'll have any difficulty proving that it was assault and battery. So, I figured I'd try to file charges against you to see what would happen. I'm even gonna sue you for mental and physical trauma. This is gonna be a first time for me. Exciting!
Wait. I think you're blowing this whole thing out of proportion, Marie. It's not that big of a deal. You are aware that courts cost a lot of money, right? It's not like a walk in the park type of money either.
Oh, the one and only Bank of Daniel said that he would sponsor this whole lawsuit, so don't you worry about my funds. Your son is my back. Not that I would really need that kind of sponsorship. I make more than enough money to send your wrinkly ass to prison.
Bank of Daniel? Wait, hang on. I'm not sure I'm following here. What are you talking about? Are you actually meaning to tell me that Daniel is taking your side after this whole thing? That he would rather abandon his own mother?
Well, yeah, of course he would be taking my side. Why wouldn't he? He's got my cooties because I'm always just smooching him in bed.
That's disgusting. Why are you telling me that? I don't need to know that at all. Besides, there were only 2 people in that place. It was just you and me. It doesn't matter if you sue me or I sue you. There's no proof of any kind of any altercation at all, so it's not like you can actually say I did anything to you.
Oh, don't worry about the evidence part of things. I've already recorded the important bits and pieces. Maybe I should upload it to YouTube.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I was on DEF CON 1 the second you mentioned something about a chat with just us girls. You really think I would go in unarmed? When I was listening to Daniel talk about you, I could kind of tell that you were a shitty parent. So I really knew that I had to go in there expecting some kind of toxic tyrant. Lo and behold, you were just as much of a tyrant as I expected. Well, to be honest, you went above and beyond what I was expecting. But who would expect your fiancé's mother to be dragging your face into a pot roast, huh?
Wait, hang on, stop talking. Why are you talking about recording the whole thing? Where was the camera? You're just lying.
Oh, come on, you looked right at it. Remember my lovely cuddle buddy? Mr. Teddy Bear, of course.
That teddy bear? You've got to be joking.
I think I told you before, too, that teddy bear has been with me a long time, keeping me safe. He never misses a single thing that goes on and always has my back. You bet that he was able to watch and remember everything that happened today from start to finish. He's got a photographic memory, too. Imagine if I went to the police, filed charges against you, and then sued you using all of the evidence within Teddy's fluffy little head. I really don't see how you could beat Mr. Teddy in a lawsuit.
Wait, hang on just a second there, Marie. That was just a sort of joke, a prank. You know how things are on YouTube. It's kind of a bad habit I have, pranking people. I had no real bad intentions, you know. It was all in good nature.
All in good nature, huh? So in good nature, you decided to try to shove my face into a steaming pot roast? Wow.
Of course, dear. I would gladly accept you into our family. You and Daniel should have a lovely marriage together, and I want you two to get along. That's enough, right? I was just a little bit annoyed because I had some poor bitch who was raised in a single-mother household who also happened to be dirt broke come over to my house. The whole slapping thing, that was just something that happened amongst family members, so you can just be sure to skip the filing charges against me part, okay?
Actually, the police just accepted my paperwork and they're done processing it, so my job here is done.
Wait, what? What the hell, Marie? Why would you do that to me? I literally just said 2 seconds ago that I would be okay with you and Daniel being married to each other.
I don't have any common sense, like you said. So to me, it was more of a formality to go say hello to you, but I was going to get married to Daniel with or without your blessing, don't worry. I love Daniel and he loves me. We love each other very much, so we're going to get married, plain and simple.
Then we're going to officially be family, right? I'm going to be your lovely mother-in-law. Don't you understand? And yet you filed charges against me. You want your own mother-in-law to become a criminal? Come on, Marie.
I didn't make you a criminal, Sherry. I would never do such a thing. You're right. You are my lovely mother-in-law. But then you had to go and make yourself a felon. Why would you do such a thing to your family, Sherry?
Because I...
Yeah, you never would have done such a thing if you had known that the camera was rolling, right? Of course not. People like you hate when everyone finds out how rotten you really are. You better be careful for the Care Bear's eyes. You never know who's watching. Take this as a life lesson, Sherry. I think you could use it.
Oh my gosh, Marie, please, just hang on a moment. I got it. Daniel! Hey, Daniel, sweetie. I need you to convince Marie to take her report back and unfile the charges against me, okay? I can't have that.
Convince her? I'm pretty sure she has every right to file charges against you. I actually watched the video too. Mom, you seriously went way too far this time. You messed up.
I know I was in the wrong, sweetie. You're completely right. But you have to understand that she was also mocking me the whole time, making a fool out of me, and the attitude. My gosh, the attitude was horrible the whole time. I just can't have this go down in the records as me just being in the wrong. She was also in the wrong.
I mean, okay, yes, Sherry can be an oddball and sometimes a little too sarcastic, but Jesus, Mom, that does not give you an excuse to literally be physically violent towards her. Besides, you chose a specific date and time to call her up. I know what you did that now, Mom. Shame on you.
I mean, that's true and all, but come on, think about it a little bit. There's a good reason.
I'm sorry, Mom, but Dad and all the relatives are gonna find out about this. I'm not gonna let this go.
Wait, what? Why would you do such a thing? Don't do that, Daniel, please. Doing it will just blow things further out of proportion than they already are.
No, I'm gonna tell them. I've never really appreciated the part where you're so judgmental of people, Mom. I've grown tired of listening to it. And then this had to happen. I think it's also our fault for letting you say and do whatever you want without actually getting punished for your actions. We can't just blame you, you're right. We need to let the relatives know about it. You need to be served justice and punished for a change.
Why, no, I don't want that. Please, no, I'm begging you, please don't do that. Okay, I'll tell you what. You can tell them about this, but please, you can't show them the video. That's not okay. Please, just this once, I'm begging you.
I'm gonna show them the video because it's proof that no one is exaggerating or anything. It's the fairest way to get the point across so that no one is treated unfairly. Mom, you have to understand. You need to accept everything that's gonna happen because it's happening as a result of your actions. If you're an adult, you will understand and accept it. I also want you to know that I don't like doing this, Mom. Please just accept this and use this as a chance to turn things.
Why? Why the hell do I have to pay for all of this when that poor bitch is the one at fault here? She's so lucky that people in the wealthy class are even letting her eat it all. I was just helping her eat is all. God damn it, how can you do this to your own mother? It is all her fault.
Ah, so there's the truth. I see, Mom. There's no getting through to you now. I'm done. I give up. I'm sorry, but I have nothing else to talk to you about. I hope you live a happy life and you're able to turn things around.
Wait, hang on.
Hey, Sherry, how are you holding up? You doing all right? If you want, I'll help pack your shit. I'm actually really good at packing, and I've got so much time on my hands. You know, without being investigated and all.
You little... How much are you going to mock me before you're finally satisfied, huh? Why are you bullying me like this?
I mean, come on, I'm not ruthless. You're packing your things all on your own, right? No one should have to do that all by themselves. And Jesse? Oh my gosh. I always wanted a tough father-in-law, but Jesse went above and beyond. He said, "Get the hell out of my house, woman." Ah, words from an angel. You must have really been surprised by that video. How kind are you to everyone else? Literally no one was expecting you to be that bad.
Ugh, damn you.
I also heard from Daniel how the relatives reacted, by the way. Did I tell you? He said they were petrified watching you assault your own son's fiancé. You apparently don't have the balls to just stay at the house when everyone is judging the crap out of you. I probably wouldn't be able to be around all the judgment either. I'm actually really worried considering you just lost everyone's support and you've realized how lonely you are after pushing everyone away and you're packing alone.
It's all your fault. This is all your fault. I didn't do anything wrong. If you just shut up and listened to me and stayed in your own poor lane, then none of this would have happened. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
Jesus, you're like a broken record. Poor lady. I'll just let you keep talking, but, I'm curious. Where are you planning on living from now on? It's not like you have any money of your own, right, Mrs. Wealthy Class Lady? You're literally losing your own home. The place that you used to call yours, with all your memories gone, poof.
Shut up! I have a few people that I can think of. People that are way too powerful for the likes of you to understand. I have at least a couple people.
Oh, wait, hang on. I'm hearing news that your relatives have actually cut ties with you completely. So your friends in high places must be completely unrelated to you, huh? Or are you just bullshitting like you usually do? Come on, Sherry, let's face reality together. Say it with me. I have no more friends, no money, no family, no one is on my side, and I am all alone. I'm not gonna let you go so easily either. I'm going to sue you for every penny and dime that I need for my treatment. It doesn't stop there either. You're going to pay for all of my emotional damage too. I kind of understand where you're coming from, Sherry. I do. You know, some lowlife like me being with such a classy young man like your son. Although, I heard that you were also very poor, and you slept with some random rich guy, got pregnant, and suddenly became right? And yet, you have the audacity, even after knowing how much of a struggle it can be, to make fun of people. You really are a work of art.
Wait, what? How could you know that? There's no way you should know all of that.
I kind of figured that was the case, but who knew? I checked up on my sources and they confirmed my suspicions. Who knew that my hunch was so accurate, huh? I didn't realize how good I was at predicting the future.
I want to tell you the truth. Ever since I was young, I grew up in the slums and in my house.
Oh, sorry. I don't give a shit about your upcoming at all. You can keep all of that to yourself. Why the hell do I have to waste my valuable time listening to you ramble on about nothing? Afterwards, I sued Sherry just like I told her I would. I was able to receive quite a lump sum of money thanks to the beautiful justice system. She actually ended up having to take out a lot of loans to make sure I was paid off. So, in other words, she had no job, no trust, and no house either. She must have been pretty depressed and hopeless. She was eventually arrested on several counts of aggravated assault and is currently serving time in one of the lovely penitentiaries the state has to offer. I think it's probably pretty nice, considering she's able to spend her days with a place to stay instead of under a bridge. But who knows how she feels, right? She was such a celebrity, a main character, full of pride, but then she has to put up with living in a tiny, damp cell full of other inmates who are willing to shove her face into a steaming pot roast. Whatever, best of luck. I, on the other hand, was able to get married to Daniel without any further hiccups. And who knew things would move so fast? I was blessed with a child. I live every day filled with joy and hope for the future. Daniel and I are working hard to make sure our child is in a bright and happy household with no toxicity or judgment. To be fair, I did marry someone who was incredibly rich too, so I should make that obvious. But I just have to make sure that I don't lose my mind like Sherry did, you know? I tell myself nice little mantras every day to remind myself that I don't want to be like that crazy lady.
Hey, I was told that your mom is on the verge of death right now. Are you serious? Will she be okay?
Lynn, thank you for texting me about this. I think this is going to be it for my mom soon. Really, it's up to her strength now to gauge whether she'll make it a few more days or only a few more hours. And as for my family, we're all very shocked that her condition became this bad overnight.
So you weren't kidding. Well, that won't cause any issues for my wedding, will it?
Huh?
I've only met with your mom a handful of times while I've been your sister-in-law. So to me, there really isn't anything about her passing that'll bother me. But my wedding is going to be this weekend, right? So her being close to passing away won't cause the wedding any problems, right?
Lynn, what you're talking about right now isn't my biggest concern, okay? Right now, my mom is really in bad shape and things aren't looking good for her. So you saying that her passing won't bother you and talking about how it shouldn't affect your wedding is a bit...
Sorry. I'm a blunt person and I never lie or hide my true feelings. And I just think it'd be a huge shame if what's going on with your mom somehow affected my wedding in a bad way. Actually, her dying right now is a big bother for me.
It's not necessary for you to say things like that right now. And it's not like my mom is wanting to pass away on a day close to your wedding that might cause some issues, so could you stop talking about her like that?
Well, it doesn't matter to me. Just as long as my wedding is the main focus for my family, as it should be. So make sure her death doesn't get in the way of it. Tell her to hang on a little longer until after the wedding's over, and then she can die.
I want her to keep holding on for as long as possible, too. But telling me things like that are not going to change how her condition goes.
Why not?
Why not?
She's your mom, right? You should be able to handle her. So make sure that she stays alive and keeps her dying away from my wedding.
Do you really think I can find a way to keep her alive any longer than she's willing to fight for? There's just no way, Lynn.
I know that. It was just a joke.
Well, that didn't seem like a joke to me, and it's crazy to think that you'd be joking about things like that right now. I'm not having a great time talking to you anymore, Lynn.
Well, just remember to keep things to yourselves for right now so that it doesn't ruin my special day. It's a real pain to have to think about that, so do your best.
How am I supposed to do my best when my mom is dying? And asking for it to not cause any trouble or ruin your wedding? Can't you at least consider my feelings a bit more and say things like that in a nicer way?
Huh? In a nicer way? I'm sorry for your loss.
She hasn't died yet, though. You can stop trying to text me now, okay? I am not able to handle any more of your rude and thoughtless texts now. I'm just not in the mood to put up with you, as I have so many more important things to worry about.
What? What are you going on about now? You're calling me rude now? Calling me rude like that makes you the rude one. For real.
If I have anything else I need to say to you, I'll contact you. Thank you for this short and unfortunate conversation we had. And goodbye. I believe you've already heard the news from Garrett, but today's the day of my mom's funeral, so I won't be making it to your wedding. I'm sorry that I won't be there to see you, but I hope you have a wonderful wedding today.
Huh? You're kidding me, right?
Huh?
What do you think you're doing canceling on my wedding when it's only a couple hours away? This is unthinkable of you.
Huh? What do you mean? You were told all of this by your brother yesterday, weren't you? I even sent you a message the moment she passed to tell you about it.
Well, I never noticed anything from you guys. And why would I have cared then when it had nothing to do with my wedding?
Well, I'm sorry, but that's on you, Lynn. We were kind enough to send you a message warning you, and you never bothered to read them.
Do you think you can just use that poor excuse to get out of coming to my wedding now? There's no freaking way you'd cancel on coming to your younger sister-in-law's wedding like that, right? Are you trying to screw with me now?
I'm not trying to screw with you in any way, okay? I'm sorry that this all happened so close to your wedding, but we told you about this yesterday, so you should have already known to expect this. Just know that I'm not going to make it today, but have a great time on your special day.
Your mom? She's a serious piece of garbage.
What?
That must mean that my brother's not coming now either, right? This is absolutely crazy, but I remember coming to your wedding when you both had one and bringing all sorts of gifts for you two.
I remember you gave us $30 as a wedding gift, right?
This isn't about the amount of money that I gave you.
But you said that like you gave a lot.
Well, I'm not going to forgive you now. You guys canceling on coming to my wedding is a huge problem for me. Who gives a crap that another grandma has died off? Seriously. Canceling on the day of your family's wedding is screwed up. Big time.
You're going to talk to me like that when my mom only just died?
Who cares about your mom? I'm pissed off now because of you. If you feel that you really want to skip my special day, then pay me $10,000 for both your guys' seats.
What? $10,000?
That's what it cost to cancel last minute. If you don't want to pay me that, then get your butt over here.
I am my mom's only daughter, so I will not leave her without a funeral. I need time to say my final goodbyes to her and thank her for all she's done.
Then I'm going to need that $10,000, okay?
Do you think I actually need to pay you that much? Calm down a little bit, Lynn. I myself am getting to the edge of my limits.
Well, I'm just telling you how much it costs to cancel last minute. It's pretty obvious that you're supposed to care more about my wedding than some elderly woman's funeral, right? But if you really want to flake on me, then I want the $10,000 as a cancellation fee. Ha!
Can I pay it directly to your account?
If you do, then I'll forgive you.
All right, then.
Huh? Are you sure? Well, then I'm totally fine with you not coming to my wedding. $10,000 is a huge win. I never thought that I'd actually get you to pay me that much money.
But in return for that, I'm going to be canceling your whole wedding, okay?
Huh?
I may be giving you $10,000, but the cost of your wedding being canceled will be even higher than that. But you'll be able to pay for that, right?
What are you talking about? What does all that mean?
It looks to me like you've forgotten, but the person that planned out and reserved your wedding was me. And I can cancel all that wedding in one simple phone call right now. And the price of that whole wedding is $80,000. So you'll have to pay a large amount of that if the wedding's canceled, right?
Huh? $80,000? What are you going on about? I could never pay that kind of money.
Right? And that's why I assume you'd pay for it with whatever money you'd gotten from the family and your partner. But if you want me to pay you $10,000 right now, that'll come out of the money I planned to give you, and I'll be forced to cancel your wedding. You asked to pick a fight with me, and that right there is my defense.
Huh? Do you actually believe that you can do that?
Well, I was the one that planned and reserved the wedding for you. But if you're going to treat my mom and I the way you have been, then I have no other choice but to take that away, which I was kind enough to help get you. I don't even care if that ends up ruining things with you and your partner. I have a funeral to get to for my very important mom today.
Why do you keep on going on like that? You can't do any of that to me. You will never find a way to cancel my wedding without having my permission first. This is my big moment today. It's your fault for canceling last minute. So, why should my wedding be canceled because of your problems? What did I do to deserve any of that?
You never looked at any of the messages your brother and I sent you and then became pissed off with me when I told you I can't come today because of my mom's funeral. And then you proceeded to make fun of my mother and I, followed by you asking me to pay you a massive fee for not coming. I think I have the right to be extremely upset with you right now, Lynn. I'm the one that just lost the most important woman in my life.
I didn't think you'd get that upset with me, though. But you can't just cancel this wedding on me like that when it's my biggest day.
I can, though.
What?
The whole reason I was so kind in reserving the wedding and preparing it for you is because it's part of my job. And as the one that plans out weddings, I can also cancel them at any time.
Huh? Don't do that crap. Seriously, Sarah. You know that that's a bad decision right there. This is my wedding. Your sister-in-law's wedding.
But you pushed me to my limits, and actually over them. I told you that my mom had passed away yesterday, and that today's her funeral, but you haven't said one thing showing your sympathies for me. Instead, you've just been harassing me because of it, which is wild, because you had met with my mom a few times now, but I guess that wasn't enough for you to feel any sort of remorse after her passing.
Sorry about that. But I didn't mean to be rude to you or anything. I didn't think things would have to come to this with you. Must be tough for you, Sarah. Sorry again for the loss of your mom.
I just remembered now that you already told me that when my mom hadn't even died yet and was still in critical condition.
I did?
And now that I've remembered that, I'm only getting more pissed. You have no right saying that to me a second time now. I am done with you. And all that you've said to me these past few days has all been told to your brother. And he was pissed back then, but now he's furious as well.
Huh? You told my brother? Why would you tell him all that useless stuff? This is something between you and I, so there's no need bringing it up with him.
He's saying that he never wants to be around you again.
Huh? Why the hell is he saying that? My brother would never say something like that about his little sister.
It's the truth. But hey, I've always kind of hated being around you, so this is all perfect. I think that after showing just how rotten to the core you are, we can't be bothered with being your family. And I'm sure that when everyone else hears about this, there will be no problem with me canceling your wedding. Even my husband is saying it's okay for me to do that, all right?
There's no way. Are you seriously telling me that my own brother said things like that? There is no literal way. You're lying. You're just trying to get me to panic now that you have to pay me $10,000. Stop all that childish crap. It's a pain in my butt.
Pain in your butt? Well, if that's what you think. If you think this is all a lie, then why not ask your brother now what he's thinking? Your brother was cared for by my mom very well, and he was like another son to her. He was so close to her that I'm sure his frustrations with you are justified. I mean, when I first showed him what you said a few days ago about my mom, he spit out his drink.
He was that surprised. What did I do to cause that?
You didn't bother to read the atmosphere, instead saying things that only revolved around you and your stupid wedding. And neither of us are willing to be around people as selfish as you anymore. We've gone and told your parents about this as well now.
What? Why are you telling everyone? Are you trying to make rumors spread about me? I just said one or two rude things is all to you. Canceling my wedding because you couldn't take what I said is outrageous. And this isn't just my wedding, but my husband's as well.
Well, if you are so upset over this, then maybe you should have been more careful when speaking with the person that put the whole wedding together for you. I did all of that work, not just as my job, but also because I thought of you as my little sister. You had been wanting to have your wedding for years now at the place I reserved for you. And I had to put in a lot of good words about you to get you a spot for today.
I'm sorry. I guess I was being a bit too rude. So please, Sarah, forgive me for that.
Well, it's too late now to ask me not to cancel it, because even if I don't, it looks like others will do it for me.
Huh? What do you mean this time?
Your parents are fuming right now. My mom only just passed away yesterday, but you made it very clear about how much you don't care about her or I, right? And not just that, but asked me to pay you if I chose to be at my mom's funeral instead of at your wedding. We are all very much done with you, Lynn, and I mean all of us.
But if you were to never have canceled on me, then everyone would be okay with me, right? So that means exactly what I think it means. This is all your fault.
No point in trying to blame me now for this. Everyone has seen how you've acted, and so regardless of me coming to your wedding or not, it was either going to be canceled or sometime down the road your husband would be divorcing you.
Huh?
Well, either way, I'm not going to be around to watch you go down. I'm no longer going to think of you as my family, and I don't have the emotional capacity to worry about a random stranger. And your brother is also cutting ties with you now, so you won't mind me saying bye now, right? Goodbye forever, you piece of garbage. I think you're going to have to pay off all the cancellation fees, okay? In the end, just as I had mentioned to Lynn, all her family sided with me, and I was able to cancel her wedding before she could even show off her dress. And as for her husband, he had seen enough of her. Lynn was then left having to pay the full cancellation fee for the wedding, but was under the impression that she could get me to pay some of it. But of course that wasn't going to fly with me, and so I told her to screw off and deal with it all herself. She continued to try and get my husband and I to help her by calling over and over again. But we were both in the middle of my mom's funeral, so we both chose to block her number. Lynn really did end up being hated by everyone, including her own husband. And not only a week after they had handed in their marriage papers, her husband was filling out papers for divorce. She may still try to blame me and everyone else for this happening to her, but she's the only one having to go through a divorce and pay close to $80,000.